The state of Florida has taken a lot of heat from the left for its support of a parental rights bill that prohibits conversations about gender identity and sexuality in kindergarten through third grade classrooms. Much of that opposition has come from corporate America, including Disney, which of course is in Florida. Yesterday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made clear he has no intention of giving in to the pressure.
The chance that I am going to back down from my commitment to students and back down from my commitment to parents' rights simply because of fraudulent media narratives or pressure from woke corporations, the chances of that are zero.
Is corporate America losing its influence over politicians? Joining me now to talk about it is John Stemberger, president of the Florida Family Policy Council. John, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Joseph, great to be with you.
So good to see you. You have been in Florida through this political hurricane. Very quickly, what's been your take on the outrage over this bill?
You know, I am so proud of our legislative leadership and our governor. I've been laboring in the state for 30 years, and I've never seen more courage and more conviction coming from the House, Senate, and the governor's office. You know, the pendulum is swinging so far, Joe, to the left. It's just becoming ridiculous. And I'm thrilled that Governor DeSantis is a man with a chest who's willing to push back and say, enough. We're not going to allow woke corporations to push around Florida and to push around our public policy. I don't know if you saw this, but what's interesting is that Disney, even though they ran TV ads actually encouraging people to call Disney and telling them to oppose the Don't Say Gay bill, which is just a parents' rights bill, inform parents what's going on in schools. And as a result of the big brouhaha, the governor met with Disney, nothing happened. And Disney actually didn't say that they would oppose the bill because it was so reasonable. They actually said they were just going to donate $5 million to gay rights organizations. They did that, and HRC turned down a $5 million gift. This is just reported today in Florida politics. So that's really stunning.
It is a strange development. We won't take your money until you repent, which is a strange posture. But maybe it'll work for him. Who knows? But it sounds like, is this a new development in the state of Florida? I feel like it's new in politics in general for politicians to just tell big corporations, I don't care what you think, we're going to do the right thing. Is this new in Florida?
Well, it's not new for Governor DeSantis. He's been doing this since day one. He did this with the collegial sports groups that said, if you pass the women's sports bill, we're not going to come to Florida. And he said, so be it. I'm going to protect women and protect young ladies and make it fair. So it's certainly not new for Governor DeSantis, but I'm thrilled that he's taking a lead along with other governors around the state and pushing back on these woke corporations, thinking they're just going to bully the masses and bully an entire legislative body.
We've seen this across a range of legislative issues, how it's been very effective when corporate America comes and threatens political leadership in a state. But yesterday, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy told Breitbart that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce left the Republican Party a long time ago. He's basically, we don't care what they're doing. Have Republican politicians decided that taking on big business is now good politics for them?
Well, I think when big business goes crazy, right, and we're just trying to protect children, if we can't protect children in a civilized society, it's over. And so that's kind of a baseline for whether we're going to be barbaric people, right, and just let the left run roughshod and indoctrinate our kids. The problem is the schools are involved with indoctrination and not education. And that's why the bill was passed and why the governor will end up signing the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which was really a Don't Turn My Son Into a Daughter bill, just trying to allow parents to have some say-so when their kids are trying to be indoctrinated.
And I think you allude there to the competition that is happening, because this is called parental rights by one side, by its proponents. It's called Don't Say Gay. And possibly we're seeing that the public is beginning to see through these fake headlines that are created. And Governor DeSantis, in the same part of the same comments we heard at the opening of this segment, he accused companies like Disney of hypocrisy when it comes to China. Here's what he said. Go ahead and play clip 7.
You have companies like a Disney that are going to say and criticize parents' rights. They're going to criticize the fact that we don't want transgenderism in kindergarten and first grade classrooms. If that's the hill that they're going to die on, then how do they possibly explain lining their pockets with their relationship from the Communist Party of China?
They basically said they're being hypocrites. Do you think that the reason politicians feel free to ignore corporate America now is because the public is essentially seeing through this?
Well, I think that's right. People are becoming smart. The media is undermining its credibility right and left. The trust in media is at an all-time low. I think CNN's viewership is at an all-time low now, as an example. So they're just imploding. The left is cannibalizing itself. We're seeing this with the HRC donation, with the media. And it's unfortunate, but it's actually a good thing because they need to reap what they've been sowing, which is confusion and hypocrisy and lies.
What do you think on our social issues in general, moving forward, what does it mean for cultural issues if the Republican Party, if conservatives have been freed of this entanglement and are free to essentially tell corporate America to go pound sand because we don't need you anymore? What does that mean for state politics, for national politics?
Well, I think that if you remember, the famous Democratic consultant in the Clinton years said it's the economy, stupid. I think we're seeing now from Loudoun County and Virginia's election and for some of the other school board elections, it's the social issues, stupid. It's parents' rights, stupid, right? So people are getting a clue that this is really, we're coming back to the foundation. These are all good developments. We're coming back to first principles, and the left is just reeling because they're the ones that are forcing this radical social change upon our children. And we're just saying enough is enough. Parents are waking up. The mushy middle is waking up. People that are just normally listening to Howard Stern and don't really care are waking up, and they're saying enough of this, and they're pushing back. And that is money from a political standpoint when it comes to elections.
I think that's exactly right. And I think people are beginning to understand when they're being gaslit and they see labels like "don't say gay." It's preposterous on its face. The public is seeing through it and it's not effective anymore. John Stemberger, thanks so much for your time.
Great. Thank you, Joseph.